Okay, guys, so I'm really excited to show you what I am working on today. I am right smack in the middle, toward the back end of post-production on our last book, Phoebe's Halloween Nightmare. I'm in, right now I'm in a stage where it's kind of, it's getting to the fun stuff, it's getting inside the nightmare stuff, inside this sort of haunted maze type thing. It's like a cavern slash dungeon slash maze. Very much inspired by lots of different types of movies, like The Mummy and things like that, and Nightmare Before Christmas. So, but what I'm doing here, as you can see, so the evolution of this scene started with an idea of what it would look like inside this maze and some of the hallways, how it kind of bends and twists. It started with a couple of post-it note illustrations with just some pen and ink. Evolved into a larger pen and ink version of that. And this is going to be a 2-page spread, so this will be the left side of the page, this will be the right side of the page, and our heroes will be right here in the center of the action. Originally I was going to have them back here, but I'm going to actually have them right around where this trap door is. And of course, this is the final version of it. Now, this is just the background, so this is before we add the heroes in. So what I'm able to do, since I'm working with 8.5 by 11 sizes here, is in order for me to get the adequate amount of detail in our characters, it's better if I draw them larger. So of course I sketch them out here in pencil, and then I start in with inking them up with different thicknesses of black paint markers. Once they're completed, they go into the illustration program, into Procreate. We give them color, and then we composite them, just like an old-fashioned animation cartoon or a Disney movie. So we put them where we want. We size them up to make sure, it looks correct as far as the space is concerned, because there's going to be ravens or crows and that sort of thing, like flying around the heroes. And I will show you what it looks like at the end of it as well, so you can kind of see the progression from, a post-it note to the final product. This is going to be a really cool shot because, A, it's going to show our heroes in peril. It's going to kind of show them fighting back, and it has a very comic aesthetic to it, comic vibe, something that you would maybe read in some sort of comic book. I went for those types of poses. So it's going to look really cool when it's finished. As you can see, you do have some birds flying through, some ravens and crows, things like that. You've got some mummies in the background, and of course, our villain, Scary. That's going to be a golden statue, and it's kind of placed within this mummy room. So, and there's skulls and, scarabs, beetles, things like that. That are going to, of course, add to the effect. But once this is done with the correct lighting and shading, it's going to look amazing, especially based on our previous pages, which I will go in detail when this documentary is finished. But I just wanted to give you kind of an insight of how this all works and how we handcraft it, because yes, it is handcrafted, and only thing I really have to go by is some old, sometimes reference photos or photos that give me inspiration from Google, of caves and caverns and things like that. And we put a lot of time and detail into all this to make it as exciting as possible to read, but also just to look at and explore with your eyes. So I'm very, very happy to share with you the final product. So once it is finished, I will do a follow-up video to this segment. And if there's any questions, let me know in the comments. Okay, as you can see, this is the final picture and panel. I inserted the main characters on the left, and now I'm going to show you what it took to do it in a time lapse.